Demonstrations against racism spread like wildfire across North America this year. Millions took to the streets, raising their voices, calling for equality and justice. We saw moments of reckoning and reflection starting in downtown Minneapolis. That's number 7 in our top 10 news stories of 2020. Here's CTV's Jill Macyshon.
Put your hands up right now.
As George Floyd died in a police takedown, gasping for air, the nation filled its lungs. Shouting for justice even as more black lives were lost. Breonna Taylor, a Louisville EMT killed by police after a botched raid on her apartment. The death of Daniel Prude, shown naked, handcuffed, held down by police with a hood over his head.
It hurts to breathe, it hurts to sleep.
Jacob Blake, paralyzed after police shot him 7 times in the back.
No justice! No peace!
Their names and others carried to the Capitol. And the president, instead of calming fears, appeared to fuel the flames, deploying the National Guard in a military show of force against the protests.
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
And Trump's own words gave power and a slogan to a white supremacist group. This reckoning on race and police brutality spread from the streets of the U.S. to the world stage. And Canada, where huge crowds marched in protest against institutional racism and excessive use of force by police.
This is truly history in the making. And to see the amount of people, it's very empowering as a colored woman here in Winnipeg.
Just because a lot of people don't believe that racism exists in Canada, that racism exists in Simcoe County, we just wanted to show what our stories are.
We are many and we are angry.
And Canada's Indigenous people, who have long fought to show the shameful track record on systemic racism in this country, brought to the forefront again.
Justice for Joyce!
Joyce Echequan, mocked by healthcare staff as she recorded her last dying minutes in a Quebec hospital, called stupid, told she had made bad choices as she called out for her husband to come and get her. Her voice became the rallying cry for others who have died in silence. This year, a BC investigation revealed rampant discrimination in the healthcare system after hospital staff tried guessing blood alcohol levels of Indigenous patients.
What I found, in fact, was at the point of care, there is direct prejudice and racism.
From healthcare to policing. In videos like this, First Nations Chief Ellen Adam tackled to the ground and punched in the face for an expired license plate.
Started to feel like that I was slowly fainting and everything. I woke back up really quick and I started to realize I was getting assaulted.
The video came to light days after the RCMP commissioner refused to admit racism existed within her ranks. She later reversed her position and acknowledged it.
I have widened my lens and had a better sort of changing my perspective in the sense that there is systemic racism in the RCMP.
There is a promise of more education, discussion, and acknowledgement of racism and how to end it as activists continue the calls for change into 2021. Jill Macyshon, CTV News, Winnipeg.